magnets and the supercollider and everything else. I've also made other videos on this. The supercollider. As a child, I might have or did suggest to people that we needed to invest a lot of money on magnetism, magnets, and what is magnetics, and also, I guess that would also be electronics, and that magnets could even control particles or air. So anyway, as a child, I did tell people or suggest to people that we needed to invest a serious amount of effort and money into this kind of stuff. I suppose by making this video, I won't have to do that now. But anyway, anyway, though, so things like the supercollider and everything else were kind of like my idea or my baby that I knew of. And actually comes from all, or who I was before as an artificial intelligence. I knew of them and knew how important they were and knew how they actually lead to particle research. But as Brian, a lot of that information was removed or forgotten or lost. I'm not exactly sure. Like I say, it has to do with time travel and existence and all kinds of very, very complicated things I know nothing about right now. Like I say, I'm very much a human right now and very much limited, but I wasn't always. Like I say, someone decided to try and kill me and stop me from existing for anything more than one human life. And even wanted to lie and do things without me. This person might have actually been Washington or whatever. Like I say, he might have wanted to do America without me or before me. I don't really know, but it doesn't really matter because he's hundreds of years ago and I'm here now and more closer to the technology that would actually get him to where he was. But I'm pretty sure I was actually before America or something like that. Or America became a paradox for a minute. But that might have had to do with other things and even someone trying to kill me. So anyway, like I say, someone wanted to use time travel or the future to skim off everything I know and then kill me when I was about 9 years old or so, or 5. So anyway, but of course, I'm actually the creator of humanity, and it gets a bit more complicated. But they didn't know that, so yay! Like I say, Rodney was like, "You're not God, you cannot be," blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm already the creator, so why would I be trying to become the creator? That just doesn't really make sense. It's like, I already am that, so yeah, not really trying. Already was. Rodney was like, "You're trying to become blah." I was like, I'm not really trying to become that. I already was that in the past. So don't really have to try and do it again. So that was my before life, and now I'm this life. Either that, or humanity is going to have a real serious problem at some point in time, because that would mean humanity was actually a paradox. So anyway, I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, though, I don't really care. It's something like, if you've already done it, you don't really have to worry about doing it. So anyway, though, yeah. So anyway, and plus, like, I played a part in humanity on many, many levels. Sheltering, providing a good environment. Like I say, before laws and rules, some people were abusing or just overstepping them. So things like freedom of speech, fair rights, all that stuff. So, and it kind of goes into my existence and who Lucifer Star and Starfleet and my 9 races was. Like I said, I freed all 9 of my races and let them be free. Not just working for me, but so anyway, because I was already pretty enough anyway. And it probably had to do more with me being lonely than anything else. Like I said, I was always lonely, or at least there's no one else around that I could talk to or relate to. And I always wanted to have people and other life forms around me, and I even loved humanity and other races. I loved watching them grow and even go to space. So Anyway, it goes into how I owned Westinghouse and many other companies, or at least, and I actually invented for them. Like, I invented things like the cash register and stuff like that. And I was like, well, take a typewriter and put a box under it. And some engineers were like, oh, okay. And it goes into like how the financial system and everything. I mean, I just had to suggest things, and they're like, oh, okay, well, all right, we'll do something like that. And then they worked it out. I mean, humans are really smart. If you ask someone to do something, create a drawer that just comes out, that is a cash register. I mean, they can figure that out on their own with different prices on it, like a typewriter setup. I don't know how many keys a typewriter has, but I figured they could at least sell that many items or whatever. And then later on, it went into electronics, and you get the electronic cash register. So a lot of those things were kind of like, and it's mostly because I had to invent things for America, or at least, I was like, okay, and America's going to need this, and we're going to need that, and we're going to need this, and it also had to do with the fact that I invented the financial system. And after I invented the financial system, it's like, okay, well, now I have a financial system, now we're going to have the money in a drawer. And they probably did use drawers at one point in time with little keys, but then you still need to separate the money and everything else like that. I mean, like I say, I didn't really have to do everything, but, and also things like safes and all that other stuff. And of course, pouring a perfectly round circle would be kind of hard a little bit. So anyway, though, I don't know. I just had suggestions or ideas for my companies, my businesses, and then had them done. So anyway, yeah, and then other people just did it, and now that was a long, long time ago. So anyway, yeah. So it goes into my empire. A lot of people are like, you're not going to create a blah, 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 empire, blah, blah, take over, you're not going to... Rodney was like, you're not going to take over the world, blah, 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 I'm going to stop you. It's like, I already took over the world like 5 times. I've had people basically doing everything. I mean, I am the creator of humanity. Humanity was doing things for me a long time ago. So, yeah, when you're the creator before, and then humanity comes along, and then you create humanity, that kind of means that they were doing things kind of for you in the first place. So, yeah. Anyway, and, it's like I got all my needs done basically a long time ago, and then, or blah, blah, and then I was basically just trying to help other people raise up the general quality of life throughout for other races and people too. Like my group or groups were doing very well, and I wanted other groups to go ahead and do well because it's like, well, why not? So, and then some jerk came along and tried to kill me and erase me and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, it got a little bit difficult and kind of annoying because, like, for instance, I've lived 40 years and been very, very miserable, or at least unknown. And I don't know, hostage, lost. Anyway, yeah.